Hello everyone and welcome to another Bible review by Theology Shark. Today we have a new Bible to look at. This is the 218 E1B red letter. This is iron calfskin. We can see the manufacture date is 7/18. This is local church Bible publishers turquoise. So very excited to be looking at this today. This is considered to be one of their executive series Bibles because I just got an iron calfskin for the purpose of the review. So looking at the specs of this Bible, they call it a mid-sized Bible. From their website, it says there's 1,853 pages. There are presentation pages. It is self-pronouncing text. It is a center column reference Bible. Words of Christ are in red on this. It does have a concordance. And here's the big difference in this versus the church Bible publishers, and that it has the Bible dictionary included. And that is a huge thing for a lot of people, and the church Bible publisher version of the turquoise does not include that. And we have our maps. It is 11-point font. This is what I mentioned, the executive iron calfskin. Open, they say it's 15 inches by 10 inches. Closed, 7 inches by 10 inches by 1.5 inches thick. Their margins from in and out, top to bottom, are 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch. So let's get ready and take a look at this Bible. So first thing to look at is the packaging. There was no box for this Bible, which is typical. You're just going to get this plastic wrapped Bible, and that's very typical of them. So let's go ahead and check the measurements based on what they had on the website. They said it was closed, it was 10 by 1.5, so let's look at that. Yep, that's pretty much dead on. 10 by, looks here, by about 6 3/4. Their website says that it's 7 inches, so they're giving themselves that. And maybe because the yap's folded over, it doesn't come out as a full 7. And then the spine is 1.5. So pretty much matches up to their measurements. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look at what we're going to see in here. So let's do that. So here is our Bible. Paper here. Throw that away. All right, after some camera difficulties, we're back here. So let's finish taking a look at this. So the first thing we have here to look at is the gilding of the Bible. And as always with the local church people, the gold is stunning. We have a yellow and black headband, or gold and black. It's yellow there. Same with the tailband. We have 2 ribbons. I went ahead and pulled those out so we wouldn't tear any pages. We have our imprinting on the spine. There's 5 hubs. We can see the L running into the E there. The R on the red letters filled in a little bit. There's also a little nick there by the R. See that? We have our authorized King James, and we can see it's kind of fuzzy as well, but the worst to me is that church. It's pretty poorly imprinted there. It's just not really cleanly imprinted. So let's take a look at it. Once again, I'm going to smell this guy because it just smells fantastic. And that's one thing, is it has great leather. So let's go ahead and look at that corner. These are perimeter stitched. It is that iron calfskin binding. It's very soft, which we've always come to expect that from this type of binding. It is, but iron calfskin actually is, if you can see that grain there, is where they take regular calfskin and they iron it. They iron it flat to help get the imperfections out of the leather there. So this has a really nice grain. This will break in nicely. It is edge line. Our glue line comes to about right here. So when you buy edge line Bibles, they are going to be stuck together the first few pages. That is a feature. It is not a defect. We have our standard 5 pages here of blank paper. Go ahead and put it down. Take a look at it here. We have our standard presentation pages, births, marriages, deaths, family tree. We have our Main page here, we have our model number, local church Bible publishers. It does let us know this is an authorized King James. We have our notes from the translator here, and then all of our other standard stuff. Epistle dedicatory, table of contents, and our table of signs. So we have our first page here. It says Genesis. Let's see how she actually lays down here. And it lays down actually very nice. Oops, bumped my stand there. Apologize. And when we look at the actual font with our All Bibles print guide, and I use this because you can print it at 100% and everyone can have a reference that way. All you have to do is print this 100% and you can kind of see where I'm at. They say this is an 11-point font. Comes out to about 11.5 when I look at it next to the All Bibles sheet. See here, 11. It's a little bigger than 11. It's almost closer to 12 with this specific font style based on the All Bibles chart. We do have our center column references. We can see, take a look at our ghosting here. Let's get a good example of this. You can check it out. So we can look at our center column and you can see the opacity of the paper. So there's our opacity. The thing about about turquoise text is that they aren't line matched, but typically they do line up. So you'll see a few places where they're not totally lining up, where it's not a line matched text. But even though it's not technically line matched, it's fairly decent at being a line matched style text. So let's start looking at this thing for print consistency. This does have a very nice black bold print. It is a very classic layout. We have our chapter numbers up here. We have our kind of header up here that tells us what the basis of this is about. Not seeing any major issues so far with light printing or anything of that nature. We do have our 2 ribbons. I do wish companies would go to 3, because most Bible reading programs have 3 separate areas when you're doing a year reading. Usually it's an old and new and like a psalm or a proverb. So I really like 3 ribbons in my Bibles. I'm starting to see a lot of your more premium style manufacturers do that, including the new Thomas Nelsons. But I'd like to see that more in some other Bibles. But we do have our 2 ribbons. They are decently nice ribbons. They're thin ribbons, but they're decent ribbons. We have our Psalms here. This is a verse-by-verse layout. And let's go ahead and get into the New Testament here, and let's check out one of the big features of this Bible, which is our red letter text. If you're a red letter text fan, this is beautiful. I'm not a red letter text fan. It's kind of distracting to me, but that's just a preference. That has nothing to do with the Bible itself. And we see the text is very nicely printed. Seems to be very consistent. Get a good focus on there. The paper is a fairly bright paper. As far as shininess, let's see here. I'm not seeing it that it's super shiny. It is a very smooth paper, but I'm not seeing that it's super shiny. It is, I don't know the thickness of the paper from a weight standpoint. I don't know what the GSM is of it. It just feels kind of like Bible paper. I've got some emails out asking that question. If I find that out, I'll make a note. But it's decently printed here. We see it's consistent. I'm not seeing any issues with the red letter. So this is nice. It's a very classic layout. And as we get into this, we're going to see one of the big differences in this Bible than some of the other turquoises that are out there is the addition of a dictionary. So when we get to the end of here, let's get past John's Revelation, we see the first thing we have is our concordance. And it's a decent concordance, but then we get into our Bible dictionary. So you have a concordance and a Bible dictionary. And this is just awesome. Being able to have a resource like this in your Bible is just really great. And this is what that looks like. We see we're in our H's, so we'll probably hit some stuff here. We see Kings and Kohath. Very well done. Love having that dictionary in there. I see a little bit of light printing here. So it looks like if there's going to be any light printing issues, it's probably going to be in the dictionary. Here's our Harmony of the Gospels. It's a very great resource to have. We have some pages for notes. There's quite a few of them here, but it's very thin Bible paper. So I don't know what bleed through would be like on that. Quite a few sheets here. We have 8 maps in the back here. Turn that around so we can take a look at it. These always are not the cleanestly printed maps in general. They always are a little fuzzy to me, and that seems to be the case once again. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if we go back to here, we can see the Sea of Galilee. And we have 5 more pages in the back. So that's the basic layout of this Bible. It's $65. I think for $65, it's a very nice Bible. I'm very happy to see a local church putting a good Bible out like this. It's very nice. My only major gripe really is just the imprinting on the spine. I see really no other issues with this Bible. I think it'd be a fantastic Bible for someone, be a great gift. If you're into turquoise style text blocks, and that doesn't mean it's blue, green in color, it just means it's a specific typeset and printing style that was used in the past. And we're going to make another video talking about that. In that video, we're also going to do a shootout between this and some of the other turquoise texts that are out there. Church Bible Publishers, local church, and then, at least in my opinion, the one to beat Cambridge. But this is a very nice Bible. It is iron calfskin, so it is their executive binding. And I really don't have a lot more to say. It's just a beautiful, classic style Bible. Just very, very well done. So if you like these reviews, if you want to see more of them continue, please like, subscribe, share, all the things. I'm kind of at that point now where I've got to kind of get up to at least 100 subscriptions so I can unlock some features of the Google YouTube people. So if you would do that for me, that would be awesome. And if you have any questions or things you would like to see, please drop them in the comments and I'll try to do my best to answer them and accommodate any request. But thanks for tuning in. Here it is. Local Church Bible Publishers, their stab at the turquoise text. New videos are coming soon. Stay tuned. And thanks for watching. God bless.